Hi, it's me. A quick little introduction. You can see I colored my hair. I don't know if you can see it in the sunlight. It looks patchy, but it's just patchy on my skin, not on the actual hair. So once I actually shampoo my hair, that should come off. I just only rinsed it because I didn't want it to come out. Anyways, I normally keep it blonde. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see it. But I normally keep it blonde. But we got some new color at the salon and wanted to try it out, so I did this, which I like, but it does feel a little flashy to me. And like, usually I like my clothes to be flashy. Honestly, I'm only filming a video because I like my outfit. You know, and honestly, I haven't filmed, I don't know, in a few days. So I was like, let's do it. I filmed this video once already, but the sun was like trying to kill me, so, and then I got really distracted, and then it just like didn't make a lot of sense. So I'm filming again. Basically, I wanted to talk about, like, I don't know the way to word this, so I'm probably just gonna ramble. Even though I literally just worded it in my last video, but I can't remember what I said. I've seen this, maybe there's like a term for this, I don't know. But I've seen this with my friend, and I sort of felt like I should do this. Like I knew I shouldn't, but I had the urge to, I guess. So like, I don't know, my early childhood was fine, and then like, puberty was terrible, and it never really got better. Mostly because of the whole LGBT thing, and my mom is like religious, but then only in like certain areas because she can do lots of horrible things and say that God wants her to. But like, if one of her kids is queer, it's like, whoo! So, whatever. But anyways, puberty and thereon was kind of horrible at home. And not just for that reason, there were other reasons, but like, if I had to pick one thing, that's what I would say was the main issue between me and my mother. And then on top of that, I had this weird, it seems dramatic to call it like a breakup, because we literally only dated for a few months, but in high school, I had this friend that I was friends with since 8th grade, I think. And then my senior year, we sort of dated, and then we officially dated, and then we broke up, and then he moved away, and then he came back and got married to somebody else. So dramatic. But my senior year, when this was going on, when I was dating him and then broke up and blah blah blah, like everything was really intense, at least for my side. I was definitely unhealthily attached to him, and it was just like a whole big thing that kind of like messed with me. And then on top of that, after him, I had this friend, well, and during him, I guess, I had this friend who was pretty awful, very negative, and very, what's the word? I don't know, but he really ruined my my self-esteem was low because of this whole thing going on with this boy, and then I didn't think it could get lower, and this kid picked me apart over and over and over again, and claimed, I don't want to get into that, but anyways, I had some rough times, and after that, my ex, or whatever you want to call him, moved away, and by that point, I accepted that, like, okay, this, like, really is done. Like, I gotta chill. And so I did. And then, I was still very stressed out, and then eventually I moved to where I'm living now. And when that happened, I cut my mom out mostly. And then, she did something awful, and so I cut her out completely. And then with my friend that I was mentioning earlier, we got in a big fight, and we, like, mutually, like, technically, I want to say he ended it, if I remember correctly. Like, he ended it, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with that, like, being a little bitch, and, and then 8 months later, he came to my work, while I was working, and I saw him, so I stayed in the back, because I didn't want to, like, say hi or whatever, because he had blocked me on everything, too, so it was, like, bad, like, whatever, and I was like, oh, I don't want to, like, this is just awkward, and then he actually came into the back, because that's where the bathrooms are, so customers are allowed back there, and then, like, he technically apologized, but he just said, like, sorry, like, it was very vague, but I took it, because that's how I am, and I was like, it's okay, and then he asked if we could be friends again, because he doesn't have a lot of friends, wonder why, and I said, okay, but, like, honestly, I really wanted to be friends with him, like, it wasn't, I mean, I guess you could say he was pulling me back in, but, like, there was a big part of me that really missed him, so then we were friends, and then, like, I think that was, like, August, I don't know, like, 4 or 5 months later, he basically invited himself, well, not I don't know, it's a long story, and honestly, I was kind of a dick, and then he was upset and said, if you ever want to hang out again, just text me, and then I never did, so that was the end of that, but so, those 3 things came to an end, this is what I'm getting at, after 7 minutes of rambling, but those 3 people came to an end in my life, which was a good thing for me, and, I felt very free. There were obviously, like I said, like, the first time that he and I had stopped talking, like, there was a part of me that missed him, so of course there's a part of me that misses my mom, and a part of me that missed my ex or whatever, but, it was not a big enough part to, like, actually make me go back, and for the most part, I felt very free, I felt very liberated, I felt, like I had been held back, in different ways, but by each of these people, and, sorry, I got a phone call, and it thought, oh, let's just end the video, okay, so anyways, yeah, free is the, like, the word that fits basically everything I was feeling, and then after a little while, I felt like my life was kind of dull, I mean, from the time I came out, when I was, like, 13, 14, there was always something going on in my life that was bad, I guess that's not really funny, but, like, that's how millennials cope, so it's funny, but yeah, it was, like, there's always something, like, whether it was my mom, or this boyfriend, or my friend, or whatever, oh, and I, like, almost developed, well, I don't want to, that sounds so dramatic, but I did drink a lot, and I was underage, and it got to the point that I was, like, drinking so I could fall asleep at night, and that was bad, and then once I got, hold on 1 second, once I got away from these people and stuff, I didn't really have an urge to do that, because this was all before I was 21, now I'm 22, and, I do drink, but honestly, I drank more when I was 19, 18, well, what was I, 17 or 18, and I thought about alcohol a lot more, and, like, getting wrecked and stuff, and, like, I don't know, just not wanting to deal with reality, and at this point, once I got rid of, I don't want to say I got rid of them, once my relationship with these people ended, specifically my mom and the friend, well, I guess all 3, I don't know, whatever, but I was able to, like, move forward, but moving forward felt very, very dull, like, I was so used to having something intense, something dramatic, something out of my control, something that limits me, something that I have to like work hard to move past, that it felt weird, to say the least, I guess, to be in a position where I didn't have to worry, and I didn't have to be hurting, and I didn't have to be stressed or whatever. Like, things were just good, and that's like, I don't know, it was weird. Life felt very dull, and I didn't understand that because I kind of thought like, oh, when I get rid of the bad things, then life is good. But it almost felt like when I get rid of the bad things, then life is empty. And then I got like worried because I was thinking about it, like, I'm probably gonna do something stupid, and I'm probably gonna like start something bad because that's what I'm familiar with. And luckily that did not happen. I just kept trying to do things to make me happy, and it worked, actually. Well, I began HRT, hormone replacement therapy, and what else did I do? Oh, I began taking care of my lungs to some extent, and trying to get better with that and really focusing on that. Oh, I got working in a salon. I love doing hair. Like sometimes, I don't know, I see some people who do hair and they're like, yeah, like, hair's nice, but like literally, like, I think about hair all the time. It's the first thing that I see when I see somebody. It's, oh my god, I love hair. And then eventually I got my name legally oh my god, a year ago tomorrow is my 1-year anniversary of when I legally changed my name. So there's that. I did a lot of things to keep pushing forward because I was like, I don't want to fall back because that sucked, but that felt real, and this kind of feels not real. I don't know, it felt boring. It just didn't, I don't know how to explain it, but it didn't feel, yeah, I guess real, and it felt empty, it felt dull, all that. It felt deflated. I don't know, I'm trying to come up with poetic words. But eventually I kind of just learned that it's okay to not feel all those bad things all the time. Like, I felt like something was wrong if I wasn't feeling all those intense waves and like all that confusion and all that. And so it was kind of weird for me to figure out that, like, I don't have to live like that, because I just thought that that was normal. So I guess it's, I don't know, it's just nice where I'm at. And, oh, that was another thing. I felt like from those experiences, once I, like, coped with them and figured out what had happened, and, like, whatever, I was able to grow from them. And it felt like, okay, like, there were these problems, and then I fixed them, and then I grew, and here I am, I'm a beautiful butterfly, blah, blah, blah. And it felt like, well, if there's nothing bad happening, how am I supposed to grow? How am I supposed to learn? How am I supposed to figure out more about myself? Because I learned a lot about who I am. Some pretty shitty things about myself, too. But sorry, I keep having the hiccups. I learned a lot about myself and who I am. And so I thought the only way to learn about yourself was to have bad things happen to you, because that's, like, when you're most vulnerable, I guess. And it's true that, like, when bad things happen to you, like, your true colors show. And you figure out who you really are, and blah, blah, blah. But, oh, I love my curls. You don't, like, need that to figure out about yourself. And so that was a nice realization that I came to, because I've learned stuff about me since then. Not through bad things happening to me, but just through life and just through talking and just through figuring things out. So yeah. Yep. I guess that's all. I'm not really sure. I don't know, but that's all for now. Have a nice day.